Hello my little cherry pies. Welcome to the second part of the accidental SakuAtsu series. There is a trigger warning in this video for someone cornering Atsumu and making him uncomfortable. I will be placing a timestamp so you can skip the scene just in case it's too much for you, but that's the only bad scene in this video. With that being said, I don't own any of the characters, and on to part 2.
Their first practice ends up not being a match, but a team building exercise in which they were paired up with someone from the opposing team and had to do warm-ups, stretches, and drills together. Atsumu isn't directly standing in front of SakuAtsu, but as his team stands in a line facing Itachiyama, the setter can't help but try and grab some sort of attention from the black-haired male, keeping his eyes trained on his boyfriend, who just tiredly watches his coach and Inarizuki's coach talk about the directions. When they go to pair people up, Atsumu's entire body freezes when he hears his name called, only to relax when they then say Komori's name. He finds Komori in the line quickly, the brown-haired male giving him a beaming smile but not daring to move his hands from where they are folded behind his back. He then listens to the rest of the names called, only really thanking God when his brother isn't paired up with that bastard Kaio. Poor Kita is, but knowing Kita, he'd tear Kaio down brick by brick if he tried to say anything funny about Atsumu or Osamu. Atsumu anxiously waits for SakuAtsu to get paired up, exhaling only when he hears his boyfriend is teamed up with Eren. He looks to the side and sees Eren give SakuAtsu a friendly thumbs up, always ready to make a new friend, and then to SakuAtsu, who barely even gives an expression. Atsumu sighs, shutting his eyes and trying to control his nerves. Today would be a long day. So he didn't message you? Number. Huh. That's weird. On the way up he was talking about how excited he was to see you. Atsumu hits the ball to the floor, bouncing right back up into his ready palms. He narrows his eyes at Komori, one eyebrow raising. Was he? Because when we were texting, all he could talk about how excited he was to be able to go to sleep. I mean, maybe something happened? He seemed pretty gloomy this morning. Did you try reaching out to him last night? Atsumu blushes, licking his lips. I went to your guy's bedroom to see if he was awake, but he looked peaceful so I didn't bother him. Just tucked him in and left a sticky note on his forehead. Komori's eyes soften, lips forming into a pout. Or, some, that's so cute. Atsumu huffs, bouncing the ball one more time. Whatever, Komori, it's not that big of a deal. Well, what'd the note say? I'd rather not say. Komori's soft expression turns into a sour one. No, not like that. It said to my Omi-Omi-kuns, your baby Tsumu is excited to spend time with you this week. P.S. I tucked your socks in your shoes so they are not missing. Or, that's still kind of weird. Atsumu huffs, shaking his head. Whatever, dude, maybe he thought it was weird and that's why he's not talking to me. Komori groans, walking over to Atsumu and placing two hands on the setter's shoulders. Tsumu, he loves you, okay? He'll come around at dinner. I'll make him, if I must. Don't worry Ko, it's just, you know that dude Kaio on your team? Komori lets his arms drop, crossing them. Yeah, what about him? He keeps hitting on me, or whatever, asked me to go to his room, came over to our table and started calling me cute and just. I texted Omi saying he's being annoying but I just would think he'd care more, you know? My cousin cares about you more than anything in the world. Tsumu, if he actually read it, I'm sure he's plotting Kaio's accidental death by violent volleyball serve right now. I wouldn't stress over it. Okay, now let's do some drills, before the coaches find us slacking off and scream at us. Atsumu huffs, pouting. Fine. Get ready for my toss. Alright. As the practice goes on, their bodies starting to wear thin from the insane amount of burpees, tosses, spikes they are forced to do. Atsumu's mind is still on SakuAtsu, his heart longing to at least get a minor amount of attention from his boyfriend. SakuAtsu is always the first to enter the locker room and the first to leave. That is a mere fact Atsumu has known even before he dated his boyfriend. He couldn't handle the smell of so many boys being packed together, the anxiety of everyone being too close, and he also couldn't stand the fact he may or may not have to shower after someone who could potentially have athlete's foot. So he was always the first to enter, and the first to leave. Today was no different. As Atsumu steps out of one of the showers with a towel wrapped around his waist, silently thankful the place they were training at had doors so their naked body could be hidden from weird eyes, he doesn't even bother scanning for his Omi-kun. He hums, walking over his duffel bag and squatting beside it, pulling out his clothes so he could go back to the bathroom and get dressed. Standing, he moves to go back to the bathroom only to be stopped by a broad chest. Face burning red, Atsumu glares at Kyo, who's leaning against the locker beside them with one hand, smirking. A shame I didn't get paired up with you today. You seem to be a good setter. Yeah, what a shame. But you know when people wanna talk to someone they don't do it while the other person is in nothing but a towel. Kyo sighs, glancing downwards once before looking back at Atsumu's eyes. I just wanted to talk to you, is all. And I just want to get dressed. I'm trying to be nice. No, what you're doing is continuously bordering the line of sexual harassment. Now move before I make you. What are you gonna do? Atsumu huffs, puffing out his cheeks. Considering I have one of the strongest serves on my team, I'm sure if I put as much force behind that into slapping you, I would get you to shut up fairly quickly. Kyo smirks even more, leaning down and presenting the side of his face to Atsumu. Do it then. Atsumu gives him a disgusted look, sneering. No, you fucking widow. Shame. Atsumu steps over the things littered on the floor, hugging his clothes to his chest and making his way to the bathroom, which he should have done the minute he saw Kyo was the one trying to talk to him. I'll see you later, sweetheart. In your dreams, freak. Atsumu gets his clothes on and leaves the locker room as quickly as he can, all but tugging Komori from where he's tying his shoes, the brown-haired male barely gripping his bag in time before the setter is pulling him all the way outside, not stopping until they're outside of the gym. I fucking hate this guy. Komori shakes his head as Atsumu lets go of him, trying to grasp onto his surroundings. What? That Kyo guy keeps fucking hitting on me. He cornered me when I was getting my clothes to go change. Komori crosses his arms, raising an eyebrow. He did? Yes. It was fucking weird. Ugh. I'm so sorry that happened to you, Atsumu. He's never been this weird, from my knowledge. We should probably tell my coach. Atsumu huffs, crossing his arms. It's whatever. I'd rather just ignore it. You can't ignore someone harassing you, Atsumu. No, I don't. I just need to stay away from him. That's it. Atsumu. I don't wanna talk about it, okay? That guy pisses me off so fucking much. Which is why we should go talk to the coach. No, at least not yet, I guess. Atsumu tugs at his hair with two hands, face scrunching up in annoyance. You good? No, I wanna see Omi. I'm sure he'd agree with me to go to coach, or slaughter Kyo, either one. And either one is fine, as long as I get a hug right now. Okay, let's go check our room. HMPH. If he's not there I'm gonna be pissed. Komori sighs, wrapping an arm around Atsumu's shoulders and guiding him to the rooms. I know. Just try and not go nuts if he isn't there, alright? Number. Komori sighs once more, swallowing nervously. Awesome. When they get to Sakusa and Komori's room, since God loves to play tricks on Atsumu, Sakusa isn't there. Atsumu pouts, walking over to his boyfriend's bed and falling onto his belly, wrapping his arms around the pillow and shoving his face into it, smelling the sweet scent of the cologne his boyfriend likes to wear. Komori stands by the end of the bed awkwardly, hands stuffed in his jacket. Wanna go look for him? In a mint. Wanna cuddle his pillow for a bit? Komori looks away, walking over to his own bed and sitting down on it. This is why I'm single, you know. Das fine. Atsumu moves his head to the side, spotting the watch, bottle of cologne, and phone on Sakusa's bedside table. What time is it even? Atsumu grabs Sakusa's phone, checking the time, only for his pout to deepen when he sees Sakusa's lock screen. Is that a good I'm about to cry face or a bad one? Atsumu's eyes gloss over as he shows Komori the phone. Tears building up. He made me his lock screen. Komori winces when Atsumu's tears spill, stress shaking his body. The brunette walks over, taking away SakuAtsu's phone and putting it on the dresser before Atsumu presses his face into Komori's stomach, still crying with happiness. Yeah. Komori thinks to himself. I'm gonna stay single for a while, I think. By the time they find SakuAtsu, Atsumu is a pent-up ball of stress that Komori just wants to hand off to literally anyone so he can just go play his Switch in his room and ignore everyone. SakuAtsu is at the tables near the food stations, Eren sitting across from him. The two have a bowl of white rice and steak in front of them, eating slowly as they chat with each other. Komori sighs, ready to tug SakuAtsu's way when Atsumu steps backwards, folding his arms. Wow, don't you wanna go see SakuAtsu? Atsumu crosses his arms, a sad look on his face. He's with Eren. Yes. He's eating with Eren. Yes. He's eating with Eren, someone he just met, and he couldn't even text me today. Komori's stress rises as Atsumu looks down, kicking the floor like a child. Tsumu, SakuAtsu wants to see you. I'm sure of it. Number. Tsumu. I wanna leave. Tsumu. No, we need to tell him about Kaio. Atsumu frowns, looking away. What? So now you're not gonna speak? Komori pauses, only for Atsumu to look up at the sky, ignoring him. Tsumu, you're being a child. Atsumu looks down, eyes narrowing. He should have spoken to me first, ate dinner with me first, not just ignore my messages and make a new friend. Komori's back hunches over, a stressed expression crossing his face. Stop being a baby. I am a baby though. No. Tsumu. Come on. Komori goes to grab Atsumu's wrist, the child moving out of the way before he does so. Tsumu. Number. Komori sighs, straightening his back and crossing his arms. Fine. I'm leaving then. Number. No. No. Don't leave me. Komori pinches the bridge of his nose. Then come sit down with SakuAtsu. I'll be there the entire time if you need me. But nothing. He wants to see you, Atsumu, and I'm sure he'll want to hear about Kaio's stupid ass so he can kill him in his sleep in the most effective way possible, I guess. Komori groans when Atsumu stands behind him, gripping onto his shirt like a child. You're such a child. I swear to God. Atsumu pouts for the millionth time that day. Hiding good. Hiding and speaking like baby bad. Atsumu squeezes his eyes shut, sticking his tongue out at the back of Komori's head. Komori walks over to SakuAtsu and Eren, Atsumu still holding onto the back of his shirt. They stop chatting, the two of them looking over them, SakuAtsu immediately spotting something wrong with Atsumu. Tsumu, what's wrong? Atsumu looks to Komori, not speaking. Komori sighs. He's scared to talk to you. SakuAtsu's eyebrows narrow. Why? Because someone's been messing with his brain and now he's upset and started crying into your pillow like 10 minutes ago. Please take him. Atsumu huffs as Komori walks away, feeling exposed. SakuAtsu stands up, leaving his food on the table and walking close to Atsumu. Tsumu? SakuAtsu offers his open arms, and Atsumu, heart heavy, immediately steps into his arms and melts, wrapping his arms around SakuAtsu's neck and holding him tightly. Komori sits next to Eren, turning to him and offering a hand. Name's Komori. Nice to meet you. Eren, slightly confused, shakes it. Nice. Everyone just calls me Eren since I'm fine with it. Cool. What happened with Atsumu? I'll tell you after they have their little moment. Atsumu and SakuAtsu stand there hugging for a while, the ace rubbing a hand up and down Atsumu's back and just allowing his boyfriend to rest in his arms. He tries to pull away after a while but the setter whines low in his throat, so SakuAtsu continues to comfort him until his boyfriend is pulling away, SakuAtsu brushing Atsumu's fringe from his forehead and pressing a kiss on it. What's wrong? I missed you. Well, I told you I was tired. Yeah, but what? Atsumu crinkles his nose, looking away from SakuAtsu. Hey, don't be a baby and tell me what's wrong. I thought I was your baby though. You are my baby. Then Lemby baby. No, not when you seem to be stressed. What happened? Atsumu peeks a glance at Komori and Eren, his teammate watching him intensely. He knew that Eren would probably be listening, ready to report back to Kita with whatever he heard. His eyes flicker to SakuAtsu. Can we go somewhere else? Alone? Anything for you. Atsumu shifts. SakuAtsu wrapping one arm around his shoulders. One of the setter's hands linked with the ace's as he lays his head on his boyfriend's shoulder. The two of them not bothering to say goodbye as they start to walk off. Did you get enough sleep last night? Yeah, I did. I saw the post-it note you left me. Did you like it? I cherish everything you give me. Atsumu. Atsumu smiles, a happy warmth embracing his heart. You can't just ignore me for an entire day and come back sweet talking your way back into my heart. I didn't. It's fine. I just really want a hug right now. We can talk when we go to your room. Not yours. Kita stuck a spy on me. Ah, makes sense. Lessens the chance of pregnancy. We're boys. Tsumu. Lessens the chance of STDs. Then. SakuAtsu scoffs, letting go of Atsumu's hand to ruffle his hair. Your sense of humor is idiotic. No you. I'll let you win this one. I still need to know what's going on in that dumb brain of yours. Number. Yes. No. Yes. Only if I get a kiss. You will get many kisses. Okay. SakuAtsu pulls Atsumu closer, pressing a kiss to the side of his temple. Atsumu already felt 100% better. When they get to SakuAtsu's room, Atsumu takes off his shoes and puts them to the side of the entrance, before jumping up and flopping onto SakuAtsu's bed, spreading his limbs out and taking up 99% of the space. Must you take up all the space? Yes, because you suck and ignore me and I'm sad. SakuAtsu walks over to the side of the bed, getting onto his knees and placing his chin on the open area near Atsumu's chin. Atsumu, baby, what's wrong? Atsumu turns on his side, one arm folded underneath his head as the other hand instinctively reaches out and cups one of SakuAtsu's cheeks, brushing a thumb against it softly. I feel fine now that you're here. I'm glad my presence makes you uncomfortable, but when you start to act like a child I know you're trying to protect your mental state from something you don't want to acknowledge. What's wrong? It's stupid. Let's just watch a movie and cuddle. Or we can healthily express our emotions first, and then watch a movie and cuddle. Atsumu frowns at SakuAtsu, smirks at him. If we do that then we get to watch what I wanna watch. We watch what you wanna watch anyway. Spoiled brat. Nua, you made me sit through that boring Dunkirk movie just to see Harry Styles. He was in it for like what? 3 seconds? SakuAtsu rolls his eyes. That movie was good. It's not my fault you don't enjoy learning history about other countries. It's about America. Who gives a crap? It wasn't about America, Atsumu. Atsumu whines, squeezing his eyes shut. I'm dating a stupid history teacher. SakuAtsu stands up, folding his arms and looking down at Atsumu. Move over. Atsumu rolls over onto his stomach again, giving SakuAtsu enough space to sit down on the bed with folded legs, facing Atsumu and placing one hand on the small of his boyfriend's back. Enough about history. Spill what's wrong. Now. You're a history teacher. That's what's wrong. SakuAtsu moves his hand down near Atsumu's hip, causing his boyfriend's breath to hitch. Spill, or you get the tickle monster. Atsumu freezes, burying his face into the pillow underneath him, squeezing it. Okay, I'll spill, just don't go near my tickle spot. SakuAtsu hums, moving his hand back to the small of Atsumu's back. That's what I thought. You're so mean. And you're a baby. You're baby. Still a baby. Now spill. Atsumu pulls his face up, resting his chin on the pillow and looking up at the ceiling. I guess I had high expectations for the training camp. You know, I thought we'd be able to spend a ton of time together. It's hard dating long distance. So every time we get to see each other, I just thought we'd be able to spend every single minute together. SakuAtsu sighs, running a hand through his boyfriend's hair. I know, baby. I just have had a lot of tough exams and I already struggle with trying to find some form of energy. So I just really needed to sleep. But you also read my text this morning and ignored it. And then after practice you went and ate lunch with Eren. SakuAtsu frowns, combing Atsumu's hair with his fingers the way he knows relaxes his boyfriend when stressed. Yeah, that was a bad idea on my part. I guess I just get nervous. You know? Nervous? Yeah, it's weird, but texting and seeing people are two different things for me. Having you physically here with me, I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm gonna fuck up somehow and I won't have the block button to help me hide, or some crap. I don't really know how to explain it. I think I get it. It's like I see you, and I get butterflies in my stomach. All I want to do is talk to you and be with you, but since I'm so nervous I just ignore you as a way to not have to confront it, I guess. Atsumu huffs. But I'm your boyfriend. Yeah, and have you seen yourself? You're beautiful. Don't flatter me just because you're in the doghouse. I'm not in the doghouse. You're too loving and understanding. Atsumu turns red as SakuAtsu presses a quick kiss to his cheek. So embarrassing. Omi. Nah, you love it. Whatever. Can we watch that movie now? Number. No. Didn't something happen with one of my teammates? Haikyuu? Atsumu adjusts himself, ending up in a crossed leg position and facing SakuAtsu. It's not that big of a deal, Omi. SakuAtsu hums, taking Atsumu's hands in his own. Tell me or I'll beat him up no matter what. You're not beating anyone up. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. It'll make use of my boxing lessons. Atsumu sighs, squeezing his boyfriend's hands. If I tell you, you have to promise not to make a big deal out of it. Promise? That depends on the severity of the situation. What does that mean? I'm not promising anything if he touched you. If he touched you, he's gonna end up 50 feet underground before he can even say an apology. He didn't touch me, Omi. He was just weird. Weird how so? Promise you won't make a big deal out of it first. And I said it depended on the severity of the situation. If he did something to hurt you I will end up in jail for ripping his spleen out with my bare hands. Promise. No. Omi. Atsumu pulls his hands away, crossing his arms and scooting away. Or, don't be like that baby. Promise. And I tell you. SakuAtsu sighs, moving closer to Atsumu so he can rest a chin on his boyfriend's shoulder and hook his arms around his waist. Fine. I promise I won't beat him 10 feet underground. Okay, well, you know how I went to your room and left that little note? I found out your room because that Haikyuu guy let me know, but he was sort of hitting on me. Sort of. He was all like, oh, SakuAtsu's so boring you should come hang out in my room, or whatever. Then I said no, he's my boyfriend, he won't mind. But he just kept bugging me after that. He came over to us during dinner and was calling me cutie and Osamu basically had to go guard dog mode for him to leave me alone. He then cornered me in the locker room today too. He's just made me feel very uncomfortable, is all. SakuAtsu buries his face in Atsumu's neck, kissing it softly. He's an asshole. Ignore him. That's all you're going to say? I could say some things, but I think it would be best if I did my duty as a boyfriend and just comfort you first. It's more important that I take care of you and make sure you feel better before we handle the situation. Atsumu smiles softly. Seriously? Yeah, just vent for right now, okay? What I'm feeling doesn't matter. You come first. Atsumu moves around so he's sitting on the back of his legs, facing his Omi and gently holding his face in his palms. SakuAtsu is looking at him with soft eyes, one hand moving up to grab on Atsumu's wrist. You're the best boyfriend ever. No you. No, you. Now what movie do you want to watch? I wanna kiss first. I will gladly allow some kisses before we get a movie venting marathon started. Atsumu pulls SakuAtsu forward, pressing one soft kiss to his lips. He pulls away, only to then pepper even more kisses all over his boyfriend's face, hitting every square inch of skin he had access to. Love you. Love you more. No, you don't. Yes, I do. I wanna watch The Fox and the Hound. You're right. I don't love you. I hate you. Atsumu whines as SakuAtsu pulls away, the ace grinning stupidly as he gets off the bed to walk over to his duffel bag. Bye. That movie is so sad. Why must we continue to watch it? It's not that sad. You literally have a mental breakdown every single time you see the owner have to ditch the fox. Every single time. Because it's heartbreaking. They loved each other so much. Can't we watch a happy Disney movie? Like Bambi or something? Have you seen Bambi? No, but it's my mom's favorite film. It ain't that happy, honey. Now hurry up. I want cuddles. Wait, should we or should we not sneak snacks from the food stations? Atsumu pauses. The boyfriends looking each other in the eye before a grin splits open on his face. Or, even better, we can sneak into my brother's room and steal from his snack bag. Snack bag? Yeah, he brings an entire duffel bag of snacks every time we have a training camp. Why? I don't know. Fast metabolism, I guess. Won't he kill us? Don't you like the thrill of getting caught? SakuAtsu turns slightly red, crossing his arms as Atsumu winks at him. You're despicable. And you love me for it. SakuAtsu thinks for a minute, before shrugging. You pick. It's your night. Yes. Oh, we have to steal extra for Jinjima. I'm totally sleeping in here tonight. What if Kita catches you? Kita will be in his room all night with Eren doing weird grandfatherly things that teenagers shouldn't be doing. Don't stress. Atsumu gets out of bed, latching onto SakuAtsu's arm. Let's go raid my brother's room now. SakuAtsu sighs. Okay, it's your night. Might as well. The raid goes fairly well, all things considered. SakuAtsu was smart enough to bring a spare bag of his own so they didn't walk down the halls with a bunch of food in their hands. And Suna and Osamu were out doing something so the room was completely empty. They give some to both Jinjima and Komori. Komori slightly annoyed but just grabbing his switch and heading to Atsumu's room to spend the night. As they watch the movie, SakuAtsu merely sighing as he wipes away Atsumu's tears. The setter hiccuping about how the fox and his owner just deserved happiness. SakuAtsu tries not to think about Haikyuu, or the potential events that could unfold for the remaining of the training camp.
Hey guys. It's me again. Are you guys interested in buying some Haikyuu merch? If you click the link in my description you'll be able to find plenty from Karasuno High to Nakoma, and even Fukurodani. You'll also be able to get awesome discounts from 17 to 71% off. So, what are you waiting for? Go click the link in my description and get yourself some awesome merch today.